Have you ever felt your heart pounding so fast it scared you? Your hands shake, your chest tightens, your breathing turns shallow, and your brain screams, something's wrong. But the strangest part? There's no real danger at all. You're safe. Sitting on the couch, driving to work, or standing in line for coffee, and suddenly it feels like your body has declared an emergency. That's a panic attack. And if you've ever had one, you know it can feel like your world is collapsing. Your heart races, your vision narrows, your chest aches, and your thoughts spiral. Am I dying? Am I losing control? Then, just as suddenly as it starts, it fades away, leaving you shaky, confused, and exhausted. What's really happening during a panic attack? The body is doing something it was designed to do, just at the wrong time. It's activating the fight or flight system, the ancient survival reflex that kept our ancestors alive. If a predator appeared, the body would release a burst of adrenaline and cortisol. The heart would pound, muscles would tense, breathing would quicken, all preparing for action. But during a panic attack, the brain hits that same alarm button without any real threat. It's like a smoke detector blaring because someone made toast. The amygdala, a small almond-shaped part of the brain, is the one sounding that alarm. It detects possible danger and sends emergency signals through the nervous system. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, the logical, reasoning part of the brain, tries to check the facts and say, wait, are we sure about this? Unfortunately, in panic, the amygdala fires so fast that the prefrontal cortex can't calm it down quickly enough. That's when the body floods with adrenaline, the heart races, and fear takes over. Panic attack or panic disorder. Having one or two panic attacks doesn't mean someone has panic disorder. Anyone can experience a panic attack after extreme stress, grief, or even too much caffeine. But panic disorder happens when those attacks become frequent, unpredictable, and start shaping daily life. People begin to fear the fear itself. They avoid certain places or activities, not because they're dangerous, but because they're terrified of having another attack. A panic attack is like a storm that passes. Panic disorder is like living under constant thunderclouds, waiting for the next flash. Why panic attacks happen? There's no single reason panic attacks happen. It's usually a mix of biology, stress, and learned patterns. Genetics play a role. If panic or anxiety runs in the family, the alarm system might be more sensitive. Stressful events can push that system over the edge. Job loss, breakups, grief, or even major life changes that seem positive can all trigger it. Physical issues like thyroid problems, low blood sugar, or changes in heart rhythm can create similar sensations that confuse the brain into thinking something's wrong. Then there are everyday triggers, caffeine, nicotine, poor sleep, that prime the nervous system for overreaction. And personality matters too. People who are introspective, sensitive, or perfectionistic tend to notice small changes in the body, a faster heartbeat, a tight chest, and interpret them as signs of danger. That single fearful thought can set the entire body in motion. The loop of fear and the circuit behind it. Here's where it gets interesting. Panic isn't just emotional, it's mechanical, a loop inside the brain. It starts in the amygdala, the alarm center. When it senses threat, it triggers the hypothalamus, which activates the sympathetic nervous system, flooding the body with stress hormones like adrenaline. The heart rate jumps, breathing speeds up, and the body braces for action. At the same time, the hippocampus, the part of the brain that stores memory and context, tries to figure out if this danger has happened before. If it recalls fear from a similar situation, it can actually amplify the panic signal. Then there's the prefrontal cortex, the voice of reason. It's supposed to evaluate the alarm and say, this isn't real danger. But during panic, the flood of adrenaline makes that reasoning center sluggish. It can't get its message through in time. So the amygdala keeps shouting, the body keeps reacting, and those sensations get noticed, which adds more fear. Now the loop is complete. Body feeds fear. Fear feeds body. The brain and body are trapped in a feedback circuit, passing anxiety back and forth like a game of hot potato. The good news? This circuit is plastic. It can be rewired. The science of calming the storm. Researchers have found that one of the most effective ways to quiet this alarm system is through cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. CBT works by helping individuals recognize and challenge the fearful thoughts that appear during panic episodes. When the brain misinterprets normal sensations, like a quickened heartbeat, as signs of danger, therapy helps reframe that response as harmless. Over time, this process changes the brain's patterns. Neuroimaging shows that after CBT, the amygdala becomes less reactive, while the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for reasoning and emotional control, becomes more active. Some versions of CBT also use exposure techniques, allowing people to experience panic-related sensations in safe, controlled ways. For instance, spinning gently in a chair or jogging in place might mimic the feelings of dizziness or rapid heartbeat. Through repetition, the brain learns that these sensations are uncomfortable but not dangerous. This retraining reflects the power of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections and responses through experience. Medication and mindfulness. Scientific research also points to the benefits of combining therapy with medical and lifestyle approaches. Medications like SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, help regulate serotonin, a neurotransmitter that influences mood and anxiety. They don't eliminate panic directly, but make the brain's alarm system less likely to overreact. Short-term anti-anxiety medications may also be prescribed in severe cases, but they're used carefully to avoid dependence. In general, medication works best as part of a broader plan that includes therapy. Daily habits also influence how the nervous system behaves. Regular physical activity lowers stress hormones, while consistent sleep and balanced nutrition help stabilize the brain's chemistry. Reducing stimulants like caffeine and alcohol decreases unnecessary activation of the fight or flight response. Mindfulness has become another key area of study. It trains the mind to notice thoughts and sensations without judgment or reaction. Brain scans show that mindfulness reduces activity in the amygdala while strengthening connections to the prefrontal cortex, the brain's calm center. Even simple breathing patterns have measurable effects. For example, a rhythm known as 4-7-8 breathing, inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 7, and exhaling for 8, stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural calming mechanism. This response slows heart rate and signals safety. These physiological processes show how science is uncovering real, observable ways the brain restores balance between alarm and calm. The ripple effect. Panic attacks can affect every part of life. Work becomes stressful when meetings or presentations feel impossible. Relationships suffer when others don't understand what's happening inside. And living in constant fear of another attack can wear down both body and mind. But here's the thing. People who experience panic are often deeply attuned to the world. They notice subtleties, they feel empathy, they care. The same sensitivity that fuels panic also fuels creativity, compassion, and intuition. Their alarm system may be overprotective, but it's built out of care, the desire to keep its person alive. Once that system is retrained, that sensitivity becomes a strength, not a weakness. Understanding what's happening inside the brain can itself bring calm. Recovery means building trust with the body again, and slowly, the brain learns that the world isn't as dangerous as it thought. The storms get smaller, the calm lasts longer, and one day, panic no longer runs the show.